Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. We are down at the Jersey Shore. This used to be known as the Wildwood Golf Club, but last December, new ownership took over. They have a new name. It's now known as the Shore Club, and in the past 6 months, membership has increased by over 100. Some of the reasons why, well, they're doing things to the infrastructure, they're doing things to the golf course, and overall, change is in the air. There is also that transition of people who have been here when it was Wildwood Golf Club and continue to be on deck with the Shore Club. One of those you're going to meet next is Fred Rydell. 16 years as the head professional. We'll talk to Fred about some of the changes that have been made and will be made. Inside Golf at the Shore Club, next.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
When I got back from the Gulf War, I was afraid to leave my house for 5 years. Clearview Hope and Renee Powell saved my life.
When I started Clearview Hope, I wanted to do all that I could to help our nation's women military veterans.
Renee, with golf, you have empowered all of us, and we just cannot thank you enough.
The best stories end in thanks. Share your story at ThanksPGAPro.com.
As long as there is fear, as long as there is curiosity, as long as there are undiscovered corners of the earth, and as long as there is willingness and desire, then you are capable of more. The BMW Championship is coming to Philadelphia September 2018. The top 70 PGA Tour players will be there. Will you?
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues now from the Shore Club. What a beautiful day we have here outside of Wildwood and Stone Harbor at the Shore Club, and with Fred Rydell, guy who's been here as the head pro, what, 16 years now, Fred?
Yes, sir.
Good friend of the show when it was Wildwood Golf Club. Now you got a new name, you got a new logo, and things are really on the change. You know, driving in, I noticed immediately the entranceway, everything has changed out front.
Yes, you know, the new ownership group had a certain vision for the direction we're headed, and that approach from the street was an important part of the first impression. So yeah, that changed the, you know, as soon as you drive in, it's a totally different feel.
Full disclosure, Mike DiPalantino, he calls himself the paver guy in this neck of the woods, right. Did a great job. I love the insert of the new logo right there in the driveway. Talk about that infrastructure. You know, this is a short period of time under the new ownership. Began what, last December, right?
The sale closed December 15th, and we started immediately working on the infrastructure, just most of the first impression areas, you know, the lobby, the banquet hall to help us, you know, be able to sell weddings a little bit easier. The entrance, of course, painted the entire club inside and out. There's a lot more to come. And in the future, possibly this next winter, we could be looking at a new deck out on the golf course side of that. So again, to attract, you know, wedding customers. So the first impressions were the first priority, and then future phases will continue to, you know, modernize and upgrade the clubhouse.
Yeah, and in terms of the golf course, some changes already have taken place. I noticed when I stepped out of the pro shop, right there on that little patio next to the open patio where the members can enjoy lunch or whatever, a libation. you've kind of cleared things out a little bit around that first hole tee box.
We did. We removed about 8 trees right there just outside the back of the clubhouse to open up the views, out to the course a little bit. We've also renovated some bunkers on 2 of the holes. We will continue and do all of the bunkers over the course of the next year or so. So 3 and 7 were done this past spring, and they came out wonderfully. Brought an architect in to help us do that, and we'll continue to use that individual as we move forward with that.
You know, on number 7, which is right next to the clubhouse, that's one of the bunkers that was redone by the green. And you mentioned what they're trying to get back to is instead of having the face of sand go all the way to the top,
Correct.
up towards the green, you've laid in some turf instead. So it basically is turf, and then the actual sand bunker is going to be purely lateral, not vertical.
Right, just the floor of the bunker will be with high quality sand, good drainage, and the sod rolling down to the bottom of the slope kind of takes us back to our roots, how the original bunkers were built here.
You know, I've been coming to this facility and property a long time to play golf, and one thing that always has struck me, not as a great golfer, just an average hack, is the quality of your greens. Your greens are some of the best I've putted on anywhere, let alone South Jersey.
Well, it's nice of you to say. We hear that a lot, though. We really do. Our golf course superintendent, Doug Larson, does a tremendous job. I think we mentioned in the last show we did about 5 years ago that Doug's initiation to this property was during Superstorm Sandy in late October of 2012. And we've always had good greens, but the quality of the turf here the last few years under his watch has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, he had real comeback effort after Sandy because the marshland is not that far. It's literally half a wedge away from where we're standing, and a number of holes on the property come in contact. And Sandy took its toll.
Absolutely, so did Jonas. And in the backdrop, basically this green was an island during that storm.
So the water was all the way up on everything else we can see.
That was all salt water. That tee was high and dry, and number 16 green was an island as well.
And salt water isn't a friend of
no,
turf.
No, not at all. But Doug knew how to handle it, and it took us a while to recover, but we're in great shape. Best shape probably we've ever been in. And we also, along the border of this hole and all the holes that border the salt marsh, we built an interior berm for protection in the future. And we've so far have dodged a few bullets with threats, but it's working. So.
Well, to the naked eye, it looks beautiful. We have a Chamber of Commerce Day here.
Amazing.
At the Shore Club. You mentioned membership. What's been the reaction to just a little bit of changes they've seen in what, 6-7 months?
Just a lot of smiles, a lot of laughter. Everybody's in a great mood. Being healthy in all ways. Financially, the quality of the course. Just the attitude is just so positive. It's just really a pleasure to be here.
I know one of the aims of the new ownership team has been to keep the Shore Club, the old Wildwood Golf Club, a private facility. They want to protect their members who have been loyal to them.
Absolutely.
For decades in some cases, right?
Absolutely. That was the biggest priority through the whole process, was protect our membership and remain a private club. So we were able to do that, and moving forward in every way, it's positive.
Wildwood Golf Club and now the Shore Club has such a rich history. People, you tend to forget that, it wasn't just the beach that drew people to this area. Over 100 years ago, they played golf. I mean, imagine, I still can't fathom that. I mean, most people probably didn't even have cars to get here. I don't know how they made it here. But Wildwood Golf Club, Country Club, was here over 100 years ago. Does that boggle your mind like it boggles mine?
It boggles my mind, and I'm just blessed to be standing here. It's just, the history here is very rich, and it's a very traditionally oriented club, and that'll continue. The new ownership is all about maintaining the traditions. The Heil Invitational in the spring. We just had our 94th.
94 editions of that
editions.
Invitational for amateurs.
Right, and it's just a terrific event, and that'll continue. A lot of people were concerned if that was, going to go away. Some of the people that aren't members that play every year because they just love coming to this facility in early June, and so that'll continue as do all of our other member events. We continue to operate, our championships and our member guests and all of that. It's really the same club, just in a lot better shape all the way around.
And it's worth mentioning as we go down a little bit into the history of this property that not only did the game of golf lose a great ambassador in Arnold Palmer a year and a half ago, but Arnold can actually trace a lot of his game right here to what was then Wildwood Country Club. He was stationed, 15 minutes away at the Cape May Coast Guard station.
That's right.
Came over here as often as he could to play some golf. And I know, you have him prominently figured in letters that he's written, and this is a part of Arnold Palmer's life.
It really was. We've embraced the fact that he's been a part of our history, and he was so gracious just a few months before he passed to send us a nice note congratulating us on our centennial in 2016, and he signed a flag for us, so we proudly have that framed and just on display in the foyer. And just what a guy, he just, I don't have to tell anybody. I mean, he's just, Arnold was Arnold.
He's Arnold Palmer, and the fact that he has a little bit of a linkage to this property and to this golf club, regardless of what the name is, it doesn't make any difference. Arnold Palmer, as they say, maybe he didn't sleep here, but he played here, and that's even better, right, for a golfer.
Absolutely.
That's good stuff. Hey, Fred, well done. And I'm glad to see you're in now to your 16th season as the head professional. Love the logo, and everything is on the change, but it's good to have that constant thread of a head professional like yourself kind of leading the way, and I'm sure the members appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you around a little bit this summer.
I hope
playing
so.
Some golf.
Days like this, it's tough to keep me away. All right, stay with us. We'll take a look at more of the changes that have already occurred and what's in store down the road here at the Shore Club next on Inside Golf.
Or a grandchild that's under the age of 24 at no charge.
Everyone is looking for something. Consistency, quality, peace of mind. Found. The Haverford Trust Company.
The first tee of Greater Philadelphia, where golf is more than a game.
And we welcome you back to Inside Golf. Today we're touring the Shore Club down the shore. It's the old Wildwood Golf Club, now known as the Shore Club. And Amanda Rule is Director of Membership, Marketing, and Events. Amanda, thanks for taking time out from, I know, a busy schedule that you have.
Thanks for coming down.
Amanda, you're part of the transition. Like Fred Rydell, the head professional, you've been here when it was Wildwood Golf Club and now the Shore Club. You're dealing a lot with members, obviously, Director of Membership. Tell me, what is it that the members here at the Shore Club have to enjoy whenever they come here?
Well, one of the things that we've noticed over the last few years is that our club is a lot of people's second club, or even third club as it is. And when they come here, they're coming down for vacation. The Shore is one of the largest tourism spots in the nation in Cape May County. And when they come, they're coming down to enjoy their families. So what the Shore Club offers is that second, third vacation club atmosphere. We're somewhere where you can come in, have a quick but challenging and fun round in 4 hours or less, and meet your family back on the beach by noon. You can have it all with the Shore Club. You can have golf, you can have the beach vacation, you can bring your kids back here for a great meal. We're really bringing up the family atmosphere at the Shore Club. We do a family fun night on Tuesday nights. We do lessons for kids, and they enjoy dinner. We've made it a lot more accessible for children and for spouses to join as a member, made it a lot more affordable in that sense as well. So it's a club for the whole family, it's a club for the individual golfer, and it's a club for the vacation golfer now.
And regarding memberships, without getting into a lot of details, but from talking to Fred and yourself, being a member here at the Shore Club impacts the extended family as well.
Absolutely. As a full member, you can now add a child on or a grandchild that's under the age of 24 at no charge. So we've really seen an uptick in our full membership from people bringing in their kids and their grandchildren. The Pro Shop is great with strategically scheduling tee times where if you are the individual and you don't have kids, you're not running into children on the tee. We keep them separate, but we keep it where families can stay together too.
Let's talk a little bit about non-members and the amenities that are available to them, be it through a wedding or maybe an outing, just a meeting, a business meeting or whatever. You have plenty of facilities that can accommodate those sorts of things and a lot of changes inside. Before we talk about the changes though, let's talk about you're trying to attract interest in getting events here.
Yes. The social atmosphere is something that we definitely brought up this year, whether it be live entertainment, which we have every Friday night. We have a few highlight events each month. We've really brought up our banquet facilities, our banquet packaging and offerings. We have meeting rooms for our members and for outsiders who are not members. Anybody that's a non-member can still book an event here. We added on this patio last year with a grill. We've seen a lot of people renting the patio out to have social cocktail parties. We've also had bands out here on the patio, and we've done barbecues as well. So the social atmosphere has really come up over the last few years, but especially this year. Sometimes when you have the uglier weather up north, we are seeing members who are not here year-round still making the trip, visiting their homes and visiting the Shore Club. So we are a year-round course, even though we're in a seasonal area. And we're seeing these seasons extend. We're seeing people stay later and not go to Florida in October. They may wait till November 1st or even later. So we are keeping the amenities going. We're keeping the entertainment going. We're keeping the scheduled events going throughout the season and into the shoulder season.
Anybody who is interested in becoming a member here at the Shore Club or just wants some details, what's the fastest way for them to get that information?
The fastest way is to contact myself through myshoreclub.com. Go to our membership section page and you can follow us right there and send an email out with any kind of inquiry, whether it be event or membership.
myshoreclub.com. Amanda Rule will give you all the information you need about membership here at the Shore Club. Thanks, Amanda.
Thanks for having us.
Actually, it's been played in 9 different months of the year. I don't know which 9. Welcome back. Teed Off continues now here on Inside Golf. We're at the beautiful Bluestone Country Club in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. We're in the grill room. This room was just kind of remodeled in the spring, and they've done a great job. Of course, the golf course has been here longer than that, and it is a spectacular 18 holes of championship golf at Bluestone Country Club. We have the host pro joining us today here at Bluestone. Chris Gardner is back. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for having us.
Glad to host.
Oscar Mestri, local golfer, amateur, not a pro, although he can compete with anybody. And Oscar is from Overbrook Country Club, also on the executive committee of the Golf Association of Philadelphia. And our good buddy, longtime contributor to Inside Golf and Teed Off, Mr. Joe Logan, back from his native North Carolina, where he won a family golf outing. How about that? How was that?
It was great.
Stiff competition?
Was stiff.
Were you in the senior division? I don't want to put you on the spot, Joe.
Well, I'm about 20 years older than anybody else.
But you won.
I did.
It's never too late, folks. It's never too late. Coming up, the PGA Championship. What is this, the 100th year of the PGA? And they're having their event, the Biggie. What do they call it? Glory's Last Shot at Bellerive, St. Louis. And nobody here has ever been there, including myself. So we're kind of like blindsided, Chris, talking about this thing. In fact, you were how old the last time they had a major at Bellerive?
I was 9.
You didn't even know what golf was.
I don't think I was even watching that.
You've
major
come a
yet.
long way.
I think one of my first majors I watched was the 1993 PGA, which was at my in my neck of the woods in Toledo, Ohio, at Inverness Club. But,
right.
The
Paul Azinger?
Yeah, Paul Azinger over Greg Norman. So that's about as far back as I can go with major memories.
The last time it was at Bellerive, Nick Price won, right?
1992, Nick Price. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Gary Player, Oscar, won there back in '65 when it was a relatively new golf course. How old was it?
It was only 5 years at its current location, and historically significant because that's where Gary Player completed his run for the Grand Slam.
All 4 majors. You know, Chris, this will be the final time that the PGA Championship is going to be played in the month of August. You know, we grew up thinking it was always in August. When you do a little history on this event, actually it's been played in 9 different months of the year. I don't know which 9, I'd assume all but maybe December, January, and February. But maybe they went the south for a couple of those months and still got it in.
You know, I follow the PGA Tour pretty closely. I do. I like every weekly spot.
Mm-hmm.
And for next year, you know, the Players' Championship is going to move to March. Then you got the Masters, and then you'll have the PGA, and then the U.S. Open, and finally finished by the Open Championship. So it'll feel a little different next year. I know why they're moving it. You know, you can read up about how, you know, the ratings dip during the NFL season when the NFL season comes around, but it'll bring some other golf courses into play too.
Well, Bethpage Black, Oscar, is going to host it next year,
right.
And that's going to be in May in Bethpage Black Country, New York. Could be a little wet. It's going to be a lot different than going up there in August.
A lot softer, right? A lot softer. I mean, up this way, our golf courses are usually very, very good in May. But the weather in May is relatively unpredictable. So it has the potential to be a very positive move, but it could also be a mess. It could be wet.
You have any thoughts on that?
To me, what surprises me a little bit is we're talking about the 100th PGA Championship. And of the 4 majors, that is the one that struggles the most to find its identity. It's generally regarded as the 4th among the majors. All of the other 3 have distinct identities. You know, the Masters, the coming of spring, the dawning of spring, and hopefully the shootout on Sunday. The U.S. Open is the sternest test in golf, and the British Open is surviving the weather usually. The PGA has always sort of searched for an identity that could make its own. And here we are 100 years in, and it's still going on.
Now, you're the only PGA member at the panel. What are your thoughts on, you know, the PGA Championship? Is this going to improve it, moving it, or do you have any idea?
I give the PGA credit. They are using new venues recently. I mean, we saw Chambers Bay, Quail Hollow last year, you know, courses that we probably haven't seen, and geographic locations that we haven't seen. You brought the Carolinas in, you're bringing St. Louis in, and I think it is a good idea.
I think they're going back to Kiowa too, right? In the next 5 years?
Kiowa Island, yeah. Back down to Carolina. So using different venues, using West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, just keeping it fresh. I mean, using names of courses that we might recognize, but also bringing out some hidden gems that we might not see on a yearly basis. It doesn't necessarily have to be a tour venue. It could be just about anywhere. But you know, I feel like for me, I don't have an identity with Bellerive, so I think of Southern Hills, just being in Oklahoma, being kind of like that hot, you know, humid environment is what I'm expecting here in August. But to change that in May, like you said, questionable conditions. I mean, we saw Pebble Beach, that tournament was moved several times because of rain, and it's found a new home now in February of all things. And, you know, hopefully this is the last change they make for a while, but if it works, it works.
Well, it's Glory's last shot one more time. It'll be Glory's second shot starting in May of 2019. And we'll be back for our last shot of Inside Golf in just a moment.
Located in Bluebell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Hope you enjoyed our look at what's going on at the new Shore Club outside of Wildwood, right off the Garden State Parkway, a place that's been around for more than 100 years. And just since December, with new ownership, they've already increased their membership by more than 100 new members. Always enjoyed talking to Fred Rydell, especially that story about Arnold Palmer and his link to this property dating back almost 70 years ago. Good luck to the folks at the Shore Club. For more information on membership or whatever, you can go to their website, myshoreclub.com. I'm Harry Donahue. Always a pleasure to be at the Jersey Shore, especially on a day like this. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up, and we'll see you next time right here on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia. GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company, quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.